Facebook video challenge day 4. Again, idea of this is that someone may hear it, it may resonate with you and possibly help you through a similar struggle you're going through. Not that all these are happening right now, but in general they've happened throughout my life. One thing I battle, and I'm sure a lot of other people battle, is fears. One of my biggest fears is having somebody very close to me pass away unexpectedly. Fear of this not being the right job, or not making enough money, or not being able to support myself. All these things come into play, and what I keep reminding myself is what I've been through and where I am now. Whenever I think of the worst things in my life that I've already been through, whereas being in rehab, not having a job, not having a license, not having a place to live, all my family being in Tucson, me being in Scottsdale, getting through that, finding a job, finding a place to live, going to jail, getting released from jail, getting my license back, and rebuilding my life. And I went through all that, and I'm still here. And that was a very challenging part and time of my life. So we've all had those times. Something's going to come up in my life where it's going to be a first for me, and at that time I'm going to need to go and lean on other people, just like I did during that time, and ask for help. One of the big things that I do to relieve immediate fear is to be present and live in the moment. When I was in treatment, I went to an equine therapy place, and it was an amazing experience. I learned there what being mindful was and what it really meant to be present. And what that did for me was completely change my perspective. And I'll give you a quick example. I like to make these things short, because if they're past 4 minutes, I cut out. I used to get annoyed at being around a lot of people, and things like my parents would get on my nerves. Sorry, Mom and Dad. But once I became present about what was going on, I started to see things in a slowed down and a different perspective with a different lens on. So an example was, we were in San Francisco this last weekend, and we're walking through a park, and my nephew's crying, my brother's there, my sister-in-law, and my parents, my mom and dad, and I were just walking through. And I have the ability now to slow things down, to feel the sun on my face or the wind, to hear their voices, to actually look at their emotions, their faces, to hear the words they speak. And it makes each moment that much more beautiful and special. And now I love hanging out with my parents. I tell my brother all the time, I love going to Tucson, or have my parents come up to Phoenix and just hanging out with them. And it's just so amazing what just changing something very small in your life, like being present, turns an annoying conversation with somebody into a meaningful part of your day or your life. And not only what it does for you, but this person's giving you their time too. And time is something that none of us get back. It's the only thing that we can never get more of. So if someone's willing to give me 5 minutes and explain a story of their life, the least I can do is be present for that conversation. And that's it. Doing small things like that. I don't do them perfectly. I need to get to work on all this stuff all the time too. But I'm aware of it, and it makes little things and situations, it makes a baby crying not annoying, but special, because that baby's alive and this person has this child in their life. Little things like that, going on a date. Next time you go on a date, and I've told this before at dates, and I might have weirded her out, I don't know, but things I've learned in yoga and meditation is just sitting there and putting the phone away and being present in that conversation, being in that moment. Those kind of things that I've learned help me alleviate fear, because if I'm in the moment, in the present, and enjoying that and its natural wonder and beauty and all that stuff, I'm not scared of the future, and I'm sure as hell not thinking of the past. So that's a little of my fears. That's a little about me going from being annoyed to being mindful, being present, and being appreciative of that time and space. So Mom, Dad, I'll see you again on the 19th, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.